Hi traders, this is Cynthia of Day Trade Forex bringing you another introductory video for my new ribbon surfing system. And I just wanted to show you my trading for the morning this morning. It was just 5 hours of trading, and I made a total of 75 pips for the morning, which is not spectacular, but it's okay. And just to briefly go through the trade setups with you and why I took the trade according to the rules of the trading system, and there was even one trade that I broke the rules, but I'll show you. First of all, the main thing is that we're trading between key levels, which are price levels that end in 00, 25, 50, and 75. So the major key levels all end in 00. So the one at the top is 1.3300. That's a major key level. The next one, 100 pips down, is, well, you can't see it very well here, but it's at 13200. And then in between, every 25 pips is another minor key level. So we just trade between the key levels, and it's easy to do that in a 5-minute chart, and you can do it in a 15-minute chart if you'd like, but it's a little bit easier to get more pips between the 25 pip key levels if you do it in a 5-minute chart. So basically the rules are that you have aqua candles for up and hot magenta candles for down, and you, in the main window, you have a white moving average line that crosses a black moving average line. So in the top window here, you can see that the trade conditions for a sell entry were met. The white line crossed the black line, and the trend candle was hot pink. And but you don't enter the trade until you look at the volatility window, which is this window down here, and it's totally based on momentum, RSI momentum, and volatility. So what you want to look for is, here's your volatility bars down here, and for a short trade you want the magenta volatility bar, and it needs to match, of course, the magenta trend bar up here. But these little dots here at the top of the trend bars, these are very important because those are also volatility. These are actually your entry dots. So green means go. So a green dot on top of a hot pink bar, that's a go. And if you look at the trade entry, it was perfect up here, and I looked down here in the volatility window and I had the magenta bar, the volatility bar, and then the green dot. So that was a perfect trade entry. And down here in the volatility window, the hot pink volatility bars, you can see it's they slope down. That's a strong volatility. It's gone past the 20 RSI line. I used 20 and 80, and so it went past that, and then the volatility bars turned light pink. So that means the volatility was slowing down. And at that point, you still have the green dots, but if you get the RSI line here, the color RSI turn green, at that point you do want to exit your trade, because that is telling you that the momentum has changed direction. The momentum was down, now the RSI line is green, and of course you have your volatility bars here that have turned hot pink or light pink. So this is telling you the momentum is really slowing down, that the trade is losing steam, and it's probably better to take your exit. And you can take your exit even if the green dot is still present, but definitely by the time the RSI line is green, the volatility bar is light pink, but then when this little dot turns pink, you better get out of your trade. So I got out right around here for a total of 20 pips, but later in the morning, after this little price retracement, the price actually did come down and touch the major key level of 1.3200. So if I had stayed in the trade, maybe I would have experienced anxiety, but I was already out when I saw these things, the volatility and momentum, dry up and slow down. So that was a quick 20 pips trade. Then the next trade entry was, I got in, I broke the rules a little bit here. The green vertical line shows where I entered. I entered on an aqua bar, which is an uptrend bar, but the white line had not actually crossed the black line, so I was a little premature. Down here I did have a short volatility bar and the dot was green, so I just jumped in, and I was expecting the trade to go up to the next key level because that's usually what happens, but the volatility was very low here and it did pick up, but by the time the aqua volatility bars turned teal and then the RSI line went from green to hot pink, I knew the trade was over, so I got out. That was 15 pips profit right in there. That was not very much, but that's okay. And then I just went and had breakfast and came back and looked for another trade setup, and I found one right here where the white line had crossed the black line, and you have the hot pink bar, and down here you had your entry. This is the volatility window where you actually make the trade decision, because the volatility bar was hot pink and the dot was green, so green means go. So I entered short here and got out when it touched the key level here. It actually went through the major key level and then down to this key level of 3175. So I just exited the trade right here because I'd managed to take profit through 2 key levels, which is pretty good. And one thing you can do is place 2 trades and make your first target the first key level and make your second target the second key level. So that's a nice way to get more pips if the volatility happens to be pretty strong. Usually in a 5-minute chart, you're always going to make profit between 2 key levels, but often the push is strong enough down to a second key level, so it is a smart strategy to place 2 trades and then close one when it hits the first target and close the second trade when it hits the second target. So for 5 hours trading this morning, I made 75 pips. That's not too bad. And basically the rules are really simple, and you're trading between key levels and very conservative moving average lines, and with the color coordinated, the color coded, which makes it really easy to see at a glance what you should be doing. And if you just pay attention to these green dots and pink dots down here, if you follow the rules, it's really simple and really easy to catch the best moves. Keeps you out of the whipsaw trades mostly, which is really important. And you know, after a big move like this, you give it time to consolidate, and you have another little move, and then time to consolidate, and then another big move, and then look at it, the big consolidation towards the end of the trading day. You're just done, and after a big move you give it an hour or so to rest, but in the afternoon, after the last big push, you just pack it in for the day. So that's basically how I trade, and this is my new ribbon surfing system, and I hope that you like it, and I hope you go ahead and click the buy button down below and pick it up, and I'll see you on the inside. You'll receive a PDF with training videos and screenshots and explanations, but this is a very easy system to learn. It won't take you any time, and being color coded, which is the way I prefer to trade, it's really easy to make your trade decisions. Just follow the few simple rules. So thanks very much for watching. Go ahead and click the buy button down below, and send me an email if you have questions. Thanks so much for watching.